Good morning, it's Friday, welcome to Out Your Shell. Today's video is going to evolve around what myself and Iza were talking about for a few hours yesterday. Something that's been brought up in my career. When I started an amazing little charity in Oxford, based around drug and alcohol abuse, homelessness, there was a discussion with three of us, myself and two staff members. Amazing people, but clearly there's a common mentality around an ability to change. So when I started within this company, I was talking to two of the staff members in which they said that people that grow up in a hard, cruel environment. So before we start this video, comment down below, what do you think? Is anyone able to change? Is it just harder for some compared to others? Is there a need for changing people? So what amazed me about these two staff members working within this industry where you are promoting change, you're promoting someone to stop using drugs, promoting someone to move into a normal way of life, is that they did not believe that all people are capable of change. Iza and I, we went through so many scenarios, whether it's the way that women feel in this day and age, whether it's the racial issue, the gender, the ego, the identity. All of those things, whether it's a positive or a negative, you all have a capability of making that change. If I looked back on the last 8 years of my life, a photo, in fact this photo here, popped up on my Google photo story. It's when I was working with a high spectrum autistic man who grew up where he was locked in his bedroom with a bolt lock on his door. He was a mute, he wasn't even able to talk and express himself, in which he gained these tendencies up to his 30s, where he was instantly grabbing food, eating anyone's food. You took him to a restaurant, he would grab food off people's plates and eat it. He was passive aggressive. There was no compassion, there was no show of love and understanding. As part of my job was behavioural management, finding routines, finding ways for him to understand that doing a certain path, acting a certain way is better for him, his stress level and his quality of life. Now this is for everyone. That capability of change might not be overnight. Now I have said before to people that you are capable of changing within an instant. If you truly wanted it, you can change within an instant. But realistically, for many of us, it takes many tries, many changes of your environment in order to change yourself. For this autistic gentleman, when I first had him, I would live with him for a week. I was staying in the same accommodation, being his friend, his companion, his carer, all these things. And I decided to try and attempt a hug. Just a nice, compassionate hug. Now the result of that hug was a bite on my neck. His head was there, nice man hug, straight up bite my neck. So it didn't work, but that's okay. Next week, try the same thing. It ended up becoming a morning thing. We wake up, we get ready for the day, hug, okay, let's do this. Let's go for a nice long walk on Henley-on-Thames. And after a year and a bit of constant work with him, slaps, he was the best slapper I ever met. He could join them tournaments, women slapping each other, men, big men slapping each other. My client was so skilled at slapping that he would start with a generic slap, and when he realized that I would block it, he would then go for we called it a swivel slap, because instead of doing this, he would come in through your arms and slap. But at that point, 8 years ago, I had my own stuff happening. Over the next 3 years was the highest moments of my life, and then the real lowest. If I didn't believe in an ability to change, in an ability to change within yourself and your environment, I probably wouldn't exist. And saying that, I probably wouldn't be here in Southeast Asia, which has been an amazing and hard experience. So I guess what I'm trying to say very quickly in this video is, over the weekend, look at your environment, look who you're around, Look at you and who you want to be and how you want to be. Look at if you need changes and how hard them changes will be. Is it something like an addiction, whether that is drugs, alcohol, cigarettes, whether it is that self-love and respect that allows you to move on and do what you want? Have you got that severe anxiety that so many young people have? And what is needed to do that? For me, if you have an addiction, it'll be due to your social circle, or it'll be due to some form of trauma or bad long-term habit. If you have anxiety, depression, suicidal ideation, okay, but that means you have a choice to make a change or let yourself suffer from it. And all these things, even though you think you've made a change here, I believe that I've overcome some mental troubles, but every now and then you are reminded, and I think you do have to accept that. I'm never going to be this blissful, happy man that is giggling all the time, as much as I'd like to be. There's still that darkness. Once you see something and you've done something or you've gone through something bad, there's always going to be a bit of darkness in your head. By the way, in this lake are these massive snakehead fish, like eels. If I had the normal case for this, I would show you. But you see them moving, right? Everywhere. So everyone, that's the Friday out your shell. It's nothing really based in Cambodia. Sai, let's do a quick update with Sai. He's doing amazing. We went to the vet, he's had all his vaccinations, the rabies, everything. Here's some footage of him running about, and I'll say goodbye. So thank you, Arkoun, to the Khmer family. Comment below if you have anything special happening in Siem Reap that I can come, film and enjoy. So Arkoun, come out your shell.
Oh, I think you can. I don't know, friends. Oh, look at that. Well, I'm sorry.
Now I'm going to start my Friday. Bye.
Okay.